And the bad news is, Preston Pooches, Pumped Up Ray Parlour, has been attacked on a TikTok live. Sam Walker he's said he's had nothing to do with it, but he's also alluded that it's a revenge attack on the behalf of him, basically. I am getting a little bit invested in this Sam Walker Preston Pooches situation. As all my old viewers know, I love a little bit of internet drama. I love a back and forth. I had Brett May, Danny Christie, loved it. You know, I've been through a few. Paul Venice has been involved in a couple. Shadow Boxer. I'm all for them. But this one's getting a little bit out of hand now, I will say. With the Preston Pooches, basically, the start of all this, he went to Marbella and called out Sam Walker for a straightener. Sam had been going back and forth on TikTok. Pooches said a few bad things about Sam with his head injury. Sam Walker claimed that Preston Pooches was in prison for being a wrong 'un, I believe, and that he had done some bad stuff to children. Basically, they had some bad charges. Pooches is in Benidorm. I didn't realise this. So he's travelled from Benidorm to Marbella, 5-hour drive, claiming he's going there for a straightener with Walker. Now, as we know, Sam Walker's had the bad head injury, and he does seem to be making a recovery at the minute, but there is no way in hell he would be able to have a scrap with someone. So I think the whole fact that Pooches was trying to get him to go down there for a fight, it really was never going to happen. And if he had hit Sam, he would have been on an attempted M charge. He probably would have hurt him very, very, very badly, potentially killed him. It wouldn't have gone very well. It was a bit of a bad time. Obviously, he wanted to defend himself for the things Sam was saying about him, which obviously there's been voice notes released and we know that they're false. But it wouldn't have been good for him to actually do it to Sam, because it would have ended in probably Sam's life ended. Sam, showing bullets to the camera on the phone, asking, yeah, mate, bring the thing round, this, that and the other, make sure it's loaded, inviting Preston to either come to his apartment or come to the mountains. He said that people were sent down to the McDonald's with things with the shooters looking for Preston. Preston's left after doing a live stream at the McDonald's. Preston's now back in Benidorm, and it seems that the situation has been somewhat squashed, because there were some WhatsApp messages sort of leaked. They were voice noting each other, and it did appear that they had sort of almost made up. Pooches was sort of saying, oh, but you said this about, that I'd done this to kids, and Sam was saying, yeah, but you had threatened to, no, sorry, Pooches had said, yeah, but you threatened to come to my house, so I came to Marbella, and they were being quite amicable within the messages, or it seemed to be. But Pooches is out on a night out now. This is the situation right now. He's on a live stream, and he's talking with Darren, that small, I think he's a disabled guy from Scotland, and some other TikToker. And he gets into an argument on his live about a charger in a bar, right? Arguing with one guy, saying, it's my charger, what you saying, bro, this, that and the other. Gets very angry very quickly, actually. Very big lack of self-control there from Preston Pooches, I will say. And then there's another guy comes over. They're all going back and forth. Pooches is screaming into his phone, oh, I'm going to stick a glass in his neck if he comes back over. The normal pissed up that you hear from any man in any pub across the world, or across the land in England anyway, that if someone approaches him in a pub and is aggressive, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And most probably they're not going to do this, or they're not going to do that anyway. Back to the live, nothing's going on. A little while later, Pooches is out talking to his phone, and bam! Well, you don't see what the bam is. The phone goes flying and the live turns off. Sam then instantly pops up on his live. Now, we don't know whether, because Pooches is claiming that it's not anything to do with Sam, but Sam pops up straight away. Walker is basically saying, this is karma. This has happened due to him offending a lot of people, the way that he's come to me, blah, 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 this, that and the other. I'm trying to recover from an injury. He's upset a lot of my family and a lot of my friends. This has nothing to do with me, but he's lost an eye. He's on the way to the hospital. It could have been his whole body's dropped. His life could be over. this, that and the other. And we do know that Sam, be him not a gangster himself, has some very big connections through his family to some very big crime families in Liverpool. So it did seem at the time that maybe he was telling the truth and this was a revenge attack. Nothing heard from Pooches. Live's finished. Or for all we know, he is eyeless with an eye patch on his way to hospital. And then in the next morning, Pooches pops back up on his phone again. No, this is what happened. Pooches' version of events. It's the guys I was arguing with about the charger. One of them smacked me from behind. I've got up, broken a chair leg off. I'm threatening them with a chair leg and the bouncers grabbed me and CS gassed me. I didn't, why did the phone go off and get shut off? Because I dropped it. Then I went back looking for it later on. There was police everywhere. And that is it. He's coughing and spluttering. He has his eye intact, but they are both red. And he's saying he's got CS gas all over him. It's in his hair and stuff like that. And I know what the gas feeling is like, and it does stay with you for a very long time. You really need to wash it off, or it does stay there. So I can imagine that he probably could still smell it and that if it was bad. And he didn't wash it off because he was out on a night out. Was it walk up? Was it not? That's the question. That's the question we all want to know. You know, I would say, judging from it, probably not. But that doesn't mean to say that Walker hasn't tried to or encouraged people to go and do something to Pooches. So it could happen at a later date. To me, it just looks like Pooches has got drunk on a night out and this has happened. Does that mean that Sam hasn't asked people to go and do something? No. Could it happen at a later date? Definitely, most probably. I don't think Sam was behind this. But if he was, it goes back to the old story when this first happened to Sam and the lesson that we learned from that. If you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. So if you go to try and fight with someone who's just had a life-altering brain injury, and if you hit them, you're probably going to kill them, and they do have friends or connections to higher-level criminal entities in the UK, that you probably could end up coming unstuck. Now, this isn't to say that he's going to get, you know, bloody put in the ground or anything like they're saying, but he may well get a slap when he's out and about. Tintin did. Would he deserve it for trying to fight Sam in this situation? Now, I'm not Sam's massive biggest advocate. I'm not against him. Like I've said loads of times, I do wish him a speedy recovery and everything, but he probably would deserve a little slap for trying to fight Sam when he's in a situation like this. And I find Pooches really funny. You know, I have no vested issue with either of them. My view on the situation is that Sam shouldn't have been saying that stuff in the first place, of course, but it was pretty out of order trying to scrap him when he's in the state he's in. So yeah, I don't know. Was it Sam? Probably not. Could it be down the line? Maybe so, you know. That's my thoughts on it. Boys, let me know what you think. Has Walker set a hit out? Was it Walker that did it to Tintin? Was it Walker that did it to Pooches? Is it not true at all? I'm a bit confused by the whole situation. Do you think Pooches maybe overstepped the mark by going there in the first place? Anyways, boys, thanks for watching. Adios, le bosh.